Hello YouTube, this is Rhino Dan. This is my R3 Gray Wind, and I thought about selling my bike and getting a bigger bike, something that was more suitable for me. The R3 is designed for about a 140 pound, 150 pound rider, and if you've been watching my YouTube, you know that I'm beyond that, double that on most riding days, and sometimes below that last year when I first got the bike. When I first bought the bike, I wasn't that heavy. But over the course of the winter and not doing jiu-jitsu anymore and other activities, I put on some weight. And now that I'm going to have to start getting back in the motorcycle shape. But here's the reason why I decided to keep my R3 instead of selling it. And I decided to upgrade it instead. One, as you can tell right here on the freeway, I'm doing just fine. This R3 will do 80 miles per hour all day long. It will do 100 miles per hour, no problem, and it will do 90 miles per hour, like infinite. 40 horsepower, very good, good torque. Never had any issues with it not being able to pull me up hills. 300-mile rides, not overheating, no problems. Through the mountains, above sea level, doing its thing. Engine-wise, it's fantastic. Suspension-wise on the R3 is very weak. If you're a 140-pound rider or more, forget it. It's not going to be well for you. It's not going to do well for you. And when I did the Doc 1 clinic, it showed me that weekend at someone else's pace, riding someone's faster pace than what I normally ride. It showed me right then that this bike was not happy with me as the rider. It showed me the flaws. It showed me everything I needed to know, and then when I got home, on the way home, I was like, you know what, I'm going to have to sell my bike. But then I talked to Mrs. Rhino and we went over it, and she likes the fact that this motorcycle doesn't allow me to go over 100 miles per hour. Like 103, I've been there like multiple times, but that's about it. And for me, that's a good thing. Because if I can go 150, I will go 150. But that's another riding story, that's another day. But what I'm trying to say is, why did I make the decision of keeping it? The bike's engine-wise is fantastic. The shift's good. The bike's fun. There's plenty of upgrade parts for it. Better tires for it. And as for the 300 class goes, I think it's probably one of the better 300 class motorcycles on the market. The RC390 is pretty good, but I ended up with the Yamaha R3 instead, and I think the Yamaha R3 looks fantastic. It's a beautiful looking bike. And having said that, what was I supposed to do? I did some research and I was able to contact Yamaha R3 Racing, and he helped me handle my suspension problems. And I'm going to be making a video later on talking about my solutions to this god-awful problem of the R3's weak suspension. And anybody that's test drove or has an R3, you hit the front brake and your front end dives. It will dive on you hard, like a hawk going after a bird, like a pigeon. It's just gonna just drop on you, and that's something you don't want. There's no late braking with this on the traditional suspension. It causes a whole bunch of problems. Again, normal riding, casual riding, it's not going to be an issue. If you want to do, track days or spirited riding, it'll be an issue. Looking at the R3, you can tell by the beautiful lines in the headlights and everything about this bike, I'm attracted to it. I love the tank. I love the way that my knees and my body fits on the bike, even though I'm humongous. It does melt. This isn't as small as the 50 I used to have. It's a nice sized bike. Next to a CBR 500, they almost look identical in size-wise. Very good. Yamaha did really good on the size of this. Now, having said that, all those things right there, when I found out that I can fix all my problems, suspension problems, for $400, it was a no-brainer. I'm going to make another video on what we did and how we did it, but I was able to get front forks and rear shocks, everything for $400, and it fixed everything. And there's videos that are coming along, and that's another reason that helped me make this decision. If it was $1,600 or $2,000 like the Owens or other shocks to do, I would have sold the bike. And then I realized also that if I bought, let's say if I bought an FZ07 or FZ09, I talked to the Yamaha guys, those bikes are not meant for riders my size either. And to be honest, mini bikes are not. So putting all that information together helped me make this decision. Here's a 60 to 80 mile per hour roll on. I was at 62, but the video started at 63. I was at 60, but I didn't get it cut right. Thanks for watching, guys.